present. The total bid amount is $1,342,000.
That's all?
Yes.
Your motion, we receive, accept the bids, and turn them over to facilities for further review and consideration.
Second.
Mr. Schaffner?
Yes.
Mr. Shennigo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Hank?
I just have one item for you today. The Cost Containment Committee had met this week, or last week, and we have a recommendation for the 2022 health insurance plan. I'm looking for your recommendation to approve. Basically, the committee is recommending we maintain the current employer-employee costs the same for 2022 as we did in 2021. No increases in any deductibles. Really no significant changes to any of the benefits to anybody. So, Matt Wilson's here in case there's any specific questions you might have. Cost containment met the same day we had a board meeting, so I couldn't make it to the meeting. That's the recommendation.
So
for you.
did the premium go up?
As far as what our cost will be?
Yeah.
They're expecting a 10% claims increase, but our fund.
What does that mean?
It means that the claims that we had this year, based on this year's experience, are expected to increase 10% in 2022.
Oh, the costs we pay out?
The cost we pay on claims.
Okay.
But our fund is secure enough that we don't need to change any of the internal
Yeah,
stuff.
our fund's still over $7 million.
You know, the one thing I've thought of in the past, do we know monthly how much we bring in? I'm thinking along the lines, if we talk about potential bonuses for employee, if we have like a premium holiday for one pay period, 2 pay periods, what is that in real dollar amounts? I mean, are we talking crazy numbers, hundreds of thousands of dollars? Are we talking?
Well, you gotta remember, we pay 80%, 87%, so
Right.
there's really not a holiday, it's,
Right, well, and for
unless
the
we
employees.
can take a holiday too.
For the
Can we do
employees.
that?
I wish we could.
I wish.
Oh, could we?
We
We
can.
have done that in the past.
Yeah,
We've done that. We even reduced the premium 5% one year.
yeah.
And then the trust fund took a
Sure.
little bit, but cost-wise, it wouldn't be a significant cost.
Mhm.
For 13% of what we bring in.
Well, could the county take a holiday too,
We,
for a month?
anything's possible.
Well, I mean, in all seriousness, we could.
We could. I think if it's, agreeable to the commissioners, and if there's a need to save some, I think the departments would appreciate that.
We might need to raise cash here. I know there's a lot of projects across the street that didn't get done last year that we'd like to see done. All right, anything else?
Nope, and I know, the only other issue, and Ken's here, he's here representing the engineer's office. Remember, we had the equipment outlay that came through.
Thanks, Matt.
The last meeting.
Yeah, the
that
pipe
we
grappler.
turned down.
Pipe
He
grappler.
just wanted to
Oh,
talk about
Ken's
that.
here for that?
Yes.
Ken, would you like to
That's-
address the issue?
Yeah, I came over to ask what's is there any question, or if you got any questions on this pipe list we're trying to buy? We're currently renting it, and we could just as soon buy it and have it rather than rent it on a weekly or monthly basis.
Have we ever owned one?
Yeah, we've got one for smaller pipe. This is for
This is for the
large pipe
bigger
we're setting
pipes.
now. We've got a pile to set yet. Rather than renting it on a weekly basis, we could have it for,
Well, I know it's always better, they like to own a lot of nice toys over there, but
Yeah.
how many
This isn't a
times?
real fun toy, though. I mean,
It's pretty fun to pick up a big pipe, but how many big pipes, that was my question, that actual Erie County Highway puts in, not a contractor?
Right, us.
How many do you do? culverts.
When we say this pipe is, or this lift is for up to 24 inch. from
I thought it
18
was 24 to 36.
No, 18 to 24. The 36 is we core, the 36 and on up 42s, 48s. Well, 48s, they have holes cast in them, and we have a lift, already have a lift apparatus for that.
To pick up that big a pipe?
Yeah, for the.
What do you use to pick it up with? Excavator?
Excavator.
Because I watched a couple guys doing a catch basin out on Hall Road one day with a backhoe. And the backhoe bucket was up off the ground on Hall Road because the pipe, it was a catch basin was too big, too heavy.
Yeah.
And the guys were standing in the bucket trying to hold the backhoe down level. And I thought to
hope they
myself,
weren't. I've never seen that over.
I have it on video.
Are guys doing that?
Oh, yeah, I was sitting in line waiting. So, but the fun part was, I thought, well, do we even have a piece of equipment? Because, you know, to be able to set this size of a pipe. And then my question was, how many times a year do you guys actually do that? Is it once, twice, 3 times,
Well,
10 times?
For this lift is for setting storm stores.
But do you-
Mostly, if you get that in your mind rather than just a big pipe or culvert through the road. This is storm store parallel with the road. And we're doing an extensive project right now on Varchar where we're doing a lot of 24s. I got over probably around 1,000 feet.
And you guys are doing it?
Yeah, we're doing it
And
ourselves.
why wouldn't you contract that out?
We have the crews to do it ourselves.
I didn't realize you would do 1,000 feet of pipe.
It's not all at once. There's small projects, and we do road projects, and we do storm stores.
Is that under your purviews?
Yeah.
Well, could you tell us, and you don't have to come back, but just, I would like to learn how many, you know, quote-unquote projects you guys do, because I really didn't know you did that.
Well, yeah, it's in our annual report every year. If you pull up the old one,
We don't read that, no.
But it has how many feet of each of the projects that we put in, and how much we spend doing it. But yeah, we do a lot of our own storm stores.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
So is there a big,
That's why we came back to you for the extra mini excavator. And that's being used up right now out there too, but yeah.
is there a big difference in cost between renting and, I get it, one time you buy it, but, I mean, is that a?
Well, it's a $3,200 piece and it's $350 a week. So.
10
weeks.
each pay for it. I get it.
So, you know,
Yeah.
but the thing is, we have it on hand, and if we're doing a project, and they have it leased out to somebody else, and
Where do you get it from?
we were renting it from Tough Man, with the idea that we could buy. that we
You're
could-
not buying it from them.
Yeah. You don't like Tough Man?
I love them. Well,
So-
can you go out and get prices on it?
I did, I looked at the factory, what they would cost right from Kenco,
Yeah.
and it's the same. We'd save shipping, so we'd save $200 to $300 from shipping to get.
Well, why don't you
We're buying it local then.
why don't you resubmit the bids to us and with a list of how many pipes, and then we'll bring it back before the commission again and talk about it.
When you say a list of pipes, you want the projects that we're doing right now?
Perfect,
I mean,
perfect. Because I, for one, was not aware that you guys would put in 1,000-foot pipe. I didn't know that.
we're really not asking for more money, the money's there to pay for it, we just.
We know.
Before we got this one, we just found it this year from them, they had one that was returned, it was bought and they didn't do what they wanted, so they returned it, so it was new. But we get a lot of damage by trying to pick them up with chains and slings, and it's not real safe either for the guys in the trench. But this will clamp and pick it up, so we can unload pipe off the trucks, plus pick them up, set them in the trench.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I just wasn't aware that you guys did that, performed that kind of work. I thought you contracted it out.
We do the big ones, like, we do like Boat Road, the one project there that's going, that's like a package, and all the storm sewers and everything is done with them. But we do maintenance on, like, right now we're doing Varchar Road extensively because we have no berm on the road, it's shoulder from the edge of pavements right into the ditches. So on those, we do those projects systematically. We did Risden Road 2 years ago, a lot of that pipe work out there to build berm on the road, shoulder, make it safer for the public, and do away with, you know, roadside ditches or a maintenance headache, and we get a lot of complaints from the people, but, so it just makes a.
And this is all under your supervision, even though you're just part-time, right?
Yeah, I'm 32 hours instead of 40,
Okay,
so not too much part-time, I guess.
okay. All right.
36, I'm sorry, 36. I work more than I thought. Maybe I should go to part-time.
I thought you were
Why don't point that
retired.
out, Pat, son of a gun.
I thought you were retired.
And that too. The whole package, retired, doing the projects.
Maybe you ought to read the Erie County Employee Handbook.
I don't have one of those, Kim.
Can you
got-
get him one?
You got a pocket model, or do I have to have a?
No, it's kind of like that engineer's report. It's big and thick and nobody ever reads it.
So you get overwhelmed before you get to what you really need to know, right?
There it is. All right, thanks.
So you'd like, what do you want me, just resubmit the order and plus?
Yeah, show
the
us
jobs
the-
we're using
Yeah.
for it?
We'd like to see a couple of bids too.
Yeah, the different numbers,
Yeah.
Okay.
what you had, and then what you've done and what you're gonna do and what you plan on doing.
Educate us. This is what we love, having communication when Mr. Farrell comes over and tells us about the different projects. This is all we really are looking for, is just the back and forth so that we
So
can
you
be
just like a little conversation and
be a
everything?
little smarter about what goes on over there. So we appreciate you coming over and tell everybody.
Well, this has been really enlightening.
It always is for us too. We always learn something, don't we, Hank?
Always.
Always. Yeah, do we have any letters from our engineer today to read for
We
the
do not.
public?
We do not.
We have nothing?
I know, we do not.
Nothing certified, Keenan? Nothing, okay.
Not certified.
All right, we have some resolutions.
We do. Motion to accept the recommendations of the Cost Containment Committee for the 2022 County Health and Benefit Plans.
Second.
Mr. Schaffner?
Yes.
Mr. Shenigo?
Yes.
Move to adopt a resolution of the Board of Commissioners for the purpose of entering into an agreement with Plant and Moran.
Second.
Mr. Schaffner?
Yes.
Mr. Shenigo?
Yes.
Move for adoption of resolution of the Board of Commissioners for the purpose of entering into agreement amendment number 1 with the City of Sandusky.
What's that?
Transportation.
Oh,
Just yes.
second.
Second.
Mr. Schaffner?
Yes.
Mr. Shenigo?
Yes.
Move for adoption of resolution of Board of Commissioners for the purpose of entering an agreement amendment number 1 between Erie County Sheriff and Bowling Green State University Firelands Campus.
Second.
Mr. Schaffner?
Yes.
Mr. Shenigo?
Yes.
Move for adoption of resolution of Board of Commissioners for the purpose of entering into an agreement with Direct Supply.
Second.
Mr. Schaffner?
Yes.
Mr. Shenigo?
Yes.
Move for adoption of resolution of Board of Commissioners for the purpose of Erie County releasing funds collected pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Sections 311334 and 2303-2201D to Safe Harbor Domestic Violence Shelter.
Second.
Mr. Schaffner?
Yes.
Mr. Shenigo?
Yes.
Move for adoption of resolution of Board of Commissioners for the purpose of executing payment of then and now certification.
Second.
Mr. Schaffner?
Yes.
Mr. Shenigo?
Yes.
Move for adoption of resolution of Board of Commissioners for the purpose of authorizing the county auditor to make budget modifications and supplemental appropriations.
Second.
Mr. Schaffner?
Yes.
Mr. Shenigo?
Yes.
Move for adoption of resolution of Board of Commissioners for the purpose of authorizing the county auditor to make interfund transfers.
Second.
Mr. Schaffner?
Yes.
Mr. Shenigo?
Yes.
Move for adoption of resolution of Board of Commissioners for the purpose of authorizing the county auditor to make a budget modification.
Second.
Mr. Schaffner?
Yes.
Mr. Shenigo?
Yes.
Move for adoption of resolution of Board of Commissioners for the purpose of entering into an agreement with Gordon Flesh Company.
Second.
Mr. Schaffner?
Yes.
Mr. Shenigo?
Yes.
Move for adoption of resolution of Board of Commissioners for the purpose of entering into an agreement with Pogemeyer Design Group.
Second.
Mr. Schaffner?
Yes.
Mr. Shenigo?
Yes.
Move for adoption of resolution of Board of Commissioners for the purpose of entering into an agreement with Pogemeyer Design Group.
Second.
Mr. Schaffner?
Yes.
Mr. Shenigo?
Yes.
Move for adoption of resolution Board of Commissioners for the purpose of entering into an agreement with Schulk Brothers.
Second.
Mr. Schaffner?
Yes.
Mr. Shennick?
Yes.
I think that's it.
That's it, yes.
That is it. John, do you have anything to?
Well, you know, I do have a question, since it's very enlightening to have the engineering department here.
It always is.
Seriously though, I'm just curious, and not knowing anything about equipment like Mr. Shennick does. If you're buying or suggesting to purchase a piece of equipment that handles larger pipe, can you get rid of a piece of equipment that handles smaller pipe?
All this is a grapple hook. It's a
Yeah.
thing that you hook onto the machine,
So it
and it
can't-
just grabs it.
Oh, it's not really a piece of equipment, or
Yeah.
machinery, it's equipment only.
It's like a attachment that you buy. to
I'm just
pick the
curious,
pipe
because
up.
I'm just thinking maybe they.
I really didn't know that they would put 1,000-foot of pipe in. I mean, I'm actually surprised.
I'll look at their annual report and see what they put in last year.
Yeah. I know, I thought Ken's responsibility was cleaning ditches, you know, getting trees out of the way, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I
That's
did
what
not.
And we talked on the phone, and that's
I did
kind
not
of
know
what
they
I went
actually-
in thinking, and he's like, oh, no, we do a lot more. I said, why don't you just come and talk about it?
Yeah, I did not know that.
Because that's new information.
All right, are we done?
Yeah.
Or motion?
Motion to adjourn? Second?
Second, I'm sorry.
Take your pick.
We
Mr.
retreat.
Schaffner?
I'll start second.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Where's Matt when you need him?
Right.
Mr. Shennick?
Yes. That it?
Schaffner down.